All right, good morning. I just had to go backwards and forwards a little bit in my advanced settings to try and figure out horizontal orientation. Hi Catherine, good morning. And looks like Tish is here as well. And we are here in Georgetown in Little India, or on the outskirts of Little India. And hi Sarah, great to see you. Hi Anne. I'm only seeing one comment at a time, which is, this is the first time I've used YouTube Direct rather than through an app. So I'm going to be possibly finding my way around a little and and let's see how it goes. All right, so we don't have the call to prayer. Instead, we've got a line trimmer, a whippersnipper. That'd be right. Let's have a look at what we're looking at. This is the beautiful mosque that's here on the edge of Little India. And the sun is just rising or has just risen. Yeah, hi Tish. The gates are closed on the mosque. They're closed. We were sitting at a little table just in there getting all set up. And of course there's a whippersnipper. Wouldn't you know it? That'd be right. Oh well, never mind. So this is the name of this mosque, let me just find it for you, is I think it's Kapitan Kaijing, I think it is. We're right here next to the whippersnipper. No, I'm not gonna get the name for you, and he's being very loud, so let's get away from him. So we're doing a sculpture trail this morning. We're here right on sunrise, and we're going to cross the road to see our very first sculpture. Rich is going to lead the way in terms of road crossing so that we don't all get run over. Hi Annette, great to see you, thanks for coming along. And did I miss Matthew? I think I might have missed Matthew. I'm only seeing one comment at a time, so if I'm looking around when you comment, I might occasionally miss something. And again, as I said, that's one of the pitfalls of going live direct with YouTube. But at least I can see how much time has passed. Hi Lynn, thanks for coming along. Great to see you. Okay, so what we're seeing today is the sculpture trail, and it's called Marking Georgetown. And it was an initiative as part of the bid to be included in as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sorry, I'm concentrating on crossing the road right now. And this is, hi Alicia, this is our very first wall sculpture that we'll see. I might actually read a little bit of the description from the brochure in a moment. But this one here, let's get behind it so you can see what I'm talking about. It's actually made from steel rods. And this one's called, well, that's the information about Marking Georgetown. They don't actually have official names. They have like pet names. So basically it says on the brochure here, these pieces, like most public art, were not officially named, hence they are titled here according to subject matter or as they are popularly known. And this one is number 34, I think, on our list. No, that one, this one's just called Main Street. And it says Julia Street was one of the main streets laid out by Captain Francis Light. Hi Michelle, and today it is known as Backpackers Main Street. So let me just watch behind me. I'll step back a little way so that you can, oh, there's a bus coming around the corner. This could be a dangerous tour. If you hear a thud, you'll know what happened. So this is our very first sculpture on the trail. All right, the water bottle. Yes, I was trying to get that out of shot. It's a weight. It's a creative way of weighing down this banner. So do you see there's one on that end and there's one on this end. And that's how they anchor down these banners. All right, so we're going to dive in. This is Little India behind us. We're going to head off across the road once we figure out. Painted on the wall. It is, yeah. That's exactly right, Annette. That's why I got my hand behind it so I could show it to you, because it does look like a wall painting until you understand how it's done. Richard's grabbing my elbow and saying, come on, let's go. All right, so we can see the very tip of the mosque up there. I apologise that there's no call to prayer this morning. I thought that there was a prayer at sunrise, and Annette says, hi, Richard. And I thought that there would be a call to prayer. That was going by the times that I looked up for prayer times. So logically, I came to the conclusion that there was a call to prayer before sunrise. Sarah says, hi, Richard. So this is what I'm talking about, it not being like really very suited to pedestrians. There's steps everywhere on the footpaths. Really not built for accessibility. So anyway, this is what we have to deal with when we walk along paths. I just missed another comment aimed at Richard. Sorry about that. So here we are alongside the mosque. This is the side entrance. This is the main bus route, but we're going to dive off into the back streets momentarily. We just have to find two of these wall art sculptures before we dive off into the lanes. But this is a great indication, a great example of what the covered walkways look like. So they might be hindrances in terms of steps all along the way, but at least you're out of the weather. You're in shade, and if it's raining, you're under cover. We have one of these little shrines here. And I'm pretty sure that the first sculpture is just around the corner up ahead. More steps. I'm not going down there. That's too steep. Okay, we're out on the road because the footpath isn't friendly. Now, I found out the reason why we have pineapples everywhere for Chinese New Year as well. So let me just get round the corner and then I will tell you about that. So here we have the next one. What's this one called, Richard?
Rock candy.
Rock candy?
Yeah, that's it.
So this one says, hang on, Sichuan Lane was a distribution centre for market produce. Many itinerant hawkers took advantage of the crowds by plying their foods here. One of the favourite foods sold is ting ting tong. That's the name of it. I remember now. It's called ting ting tong. A rock candy, hardened mixture of sugar, seeds and nuts, loved by kids. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for ting ting tong and we'll see if we can get a taste of it. It has to be chiselled and hammered to break it into smaller, biteable pieces. So here we have rock candy, 1 cent. We have our candy maker with his hammer and chisel, preparing to break up. And look, there's the kid with the pulling a face with broken teeth, I guess, over here on the bottom left. And again, just showing you that how it's a definite 3D piece. Okay. All right. So let's head on and find the next one. So this is Lorong. Lorong means road. Sichuan. It's road or street. Tease and toss. I wonder what that's about. Okay. All right, so This is what I meant when I said that it has some imported cultural elements. This is a Spanish or Mexican restaurant. Lots of businesses aimed at expats around this area. But this looks like it could be an interesting place for breakfast maybe. We're going to be looking out for a place to have breakfast after we've done this tour. So up ahead we're going to turn right into Love Lane, and Love Lane is named because apparently it's where wealthy businessmen kept their mistresses. But this little sector here is like a little hardware street. So there's lots of little stalls which are all just devoted to hardware. And then we come around this corner up ahead and we find our next piece of wall art. Oh, this smells good. It's very, very much a tease around here. Vietnam traditional food, Granny's oyster omelette, Hokkien mee. Oh, lots and lots of choices. I'm gonna let this little trishaw go past. If he is he going past? Maybe he's stopped. Right, okay. This one over here. This fellow sells pancake. All right, so
Good morning.
good morning. Is it okay to? Thank you. So I just want to. So this one is called higher step or higher ladder or something like that.
High counter.
High counter, and it said the counter of the pawn shop is typically higher for security. So this is Carnarvon Street, and this fellow's saying, can I borrow your high heels so that he can reach the counter in the pawn shop? She's giving him a glaring look. So apparently that's a legal regulation, something probably to stop children going into pawn shops, I guess. But we've got an opportunity to cross. Make sure he sees us. Okay. All right. So across the road here is our third wall art, and we have now entered Love Lane.
This is called Budget Hotel.
Okay, so this one's called Budget Hotel. And we're going to keep an eye out for cars coming down here as I stand in the middle of the road and read it to you. It says, at the turn of the last century, many shop houses were turned into cheap hotels, making the internationally known tourist strip very popular with backpackers. And it says, your room is upstairs. Later, if you want a massage, I can do it at a budget rate. 5-star budget hotel. And there's the backpacker. Michelle, my friend Alexis takes screenshots of every 7-Eleven she sees on tours. Let me just get out of the way of this guy. All right. Do you want another shot of the 7-Eleven with this piece of wall art in it? I'll frame it up for you. There we go. Pity about the garbage bin, but anyway, it is what it is. We've got 7-Eleven, Love Lane and the wall art. I reckon that's a pretty good one. Somebody on Hago used to do the same with Worldwide McDonald's. There's a really cool McDonald's in Georgetown too. Okay, so we've got a few. Yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Okay. A little bit further on, there'll be less traffic. All right, so this one here is based on current events, obviously. Very reminiscent of Banksy, isn't it, Tish? So this one says it's based on an image by photojournalist Bilal Khaled, Gaza, October 10, 2023. And then we have this one here of a guitarist. I love it. All right, getting out of the way of motorbikes now. Oh, that's right. There's another one across the road. So remember how I said this is called Love Lane? Here.
It's cheating husband.
Yeah, this one is called Cheating Husband. And let's see if I can get it up there for you. So here we see this big fat guy climbing over a wall. And up the top it says, "Where's my husband?" The local Chinese say the rich men who lived on Muntree Street, which is just up the road here, it's the next corner, kept their mistresses here, hence the name Sai Cheng Tang or Love Lane. It's not very easy to see, is it, this one? But that is. Okay, let's keep going. So yes, it's a backpackers area. Over here we have various signs that say Love Lane, and this would all be lit up at night. Malaysian food, Indian cuisine, and goodness only knows what the duchy is. Could be a coffee shop maybe. It says it has ladies' night. Let me see. What do the girls get? For those girl who deserve free drinks, hugs, kisses, back rub, 2-up, dance, and a body shot. Okay, there we go. This bar, we don't hide crazy. Right, so it's obviously a bar. There we go, free hugs. Okay, let's go find our next. I think it's at the next corner. We have Holy Guacamole, Mexican restaurant, and I guess they've tried to keep some of the local look and feel. You can see there's some beautiful old buildings over here on the right. There's some renovations going on. Or maybe that's derelict. And this is the way that tropical plants and trees just take over. If they're not constantly maintained, buildings do actually get eaten up by vegetation. Yeah, I think it's a drain rather than a sewer, Michelle. I don't think it's a sewer, but I could be wrong. It doesn't smell. I want to show you, it's behind bars, but let's see if I can get my camera in there to see these. These are lovely, the murals on this wall here. So I'm just trying to hold my gimbal as best as I can. I can't get my other hand in there to zoom in, but you get the idea. I really like this one with the blue birds in it. And then this is a very simple temple. All right, let's keep moving. I'm keeping an eye on the time, and the reason for that is that there is one of these street murals that's just off the track, and I'm weighing up whether we go to see it or not. We'll have a better idea when we get up to the next corner, I think. A lot of Nonya heritage in Penang. And of course, anyone who remembers Alvin will know Nonya and Peranakan is the Malay Chinese culture. And you can see, just looking up this street here, just how pretty it is. Let's go. I know you'll appreciate it. If we take the detour up there, you'll appreciate it. Annette? Okay, I think we've got time. I think we're going to do it. Let's just quickly, while we're at this angle, because I might forget later, look at this little piece up here. Okay, now we haven't physically, Richard and I haven't actually seen this one ourselves, We just know that it's in this direction. Yeah, I know I've teased you now, haven't I? We do know that there's one up here we need to turn the corner and have a look at anyway, which is this one here. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, so this is about the Chinese ama, or nanny, okay, and or housekeeper, and so Richie's going to go and scout ahead and look for the one that we're looking for. So she had the job of everything, and basically what you see here is she's holding the baby. She's hanging up the washing with her foot, and it's called One Leg Does All. So the black and white amas were Cantonese domestic servants from Guangdong who did all kinds of household chores and would refer to themselves with wry humour as Yat Kok Jet, one leg kicks all. So yeah, she can do everything one-handed. Okay. All right, so it's about a block away. And now that I've teased you all, tormented you, we have to find this thing. But it's worth it. And I'm so glad we came here early morning. For one thing, there's less traffic, even though there's lots of traffic. But for another thing, it's so much cooler. So much cooler at this time of day. Okay. So I'm going to just, every now and again, we'll stop and have a look at some of the gorgeous houses. So this is obviously, again, a nod to the Peranakan style with the tiles. And just looking left and right to see if there's something, make sure there's nothing we're missing. This car is waiting for me to go, I think. Yep. So we'll soon know whether it was worthwhile coming up in this direction. This gorgeous Chinese temple here. Another one that's not open, but we've got the beautiful front doors on it. Just see if I can manoeuvre the camera. There we go. Get the gate rail out of the way. That's pretty gorgeous. And then up above we have this lovely mural up here of a young girl. Unfortunately, the sun is making it a bit tricky, and so is the footpath. Okay. All right. Has he found it? Oh, look, I see raised arms. He's pointing. Okay, I better get a hurry on because we've got to get back to see all the others. He's right up there in the distance, waving his arms around, saying, come on, come on. And of course, doing this as well, there's always the risk, because I'm taking longer, that I'm making unfair demands on my battery as well. Okay, all right, where is he? Where's he gone? Was it left? Was it right? Which way did he go? Oh, this looks cool. I wonder if that's a potential breakfast spot. Michelle says, don't fall in those open drains. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's actually quite alarming. The potential trip hazards in Malaysia. There's some places that where we go to get dinner, and literally it would be so easy to fall in. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, right, there he is. Okay. All right, he's pointing at one up there. Oh, we've got another there's literally a temple everywhere. Every second corner there's a temple. This one is quite gorgeous, isn't it? All right. Not too far now. Not too far now. This isn't the one that I'm talking about. This was just a bonus extra. I suspect the one that we're looking for is around that corner. Yeah. Yeah, I just got the nod. It's around that corner. So we'll have a look at this one first. Okay. So this is extra and I didn't read up on it, but I'll read it too. It says Munshi Street was named after the gang Kaya. Oh, I can't even read that. What's that say?
Of land Penang.
Kaya Meta. Okay. The tin merchants of Penang. Oh, sorry. Who worked. It's difficult to read because of the shadows. Okay. Worked very closely with... Oh, I'm really sorry, I can't read this. The sun and the shadows is just making it really difficult. But apparently they're the tin merchants, and we can see tin over there.
Win-win situation, it's called.
Win-win situation, so it's about, I guess, mutual business deals. There we go. But that's not the one we're looking for. The one we're looking for is around this corner up here, just up to our right. Yeah, it's amazing, that temple back there. Really beautiful. Okay, here we go. Now, apparently, a young fellow was born in this area who got into the shoe trade. I wonder if anyone can guess who we're talking about here. Little fellow called Jimmy. Anyone know who we mean when we're talking about Jimmy and shoes? Jimmy Choo, yeah, absolutely. There we go. So this is apparently where he grew up, in this area here. And there's one of his signature shoes there. And it says this is the place where the famous shoe designer Jimmy Choo started his apprenticeship. So there we go. Was that worth the extra walk? I think it was. Okay, just going to step back a little bit so you can get it with the palm trees on either side. You have some Jimmy Choos. Okay, I will never, ever, Annette, ever be able to brag about that. I can guarantee it. Not unless I find them in an op shop, in a Goodwill store. Definitely worth it. Okay, good. Excellent. I thought you'd appreciate a little bit of Jimmy Choo. All right, so now we have to hightail it back and resume the trail that we originally planned. And it's only because it's a little distant, a little bit far along this road, that I was debating it, whether to come along here. This looks like it must be a big bar. Chu Gesundheit. I feel better about buying the shoes now. Oh, look, there's some... Oh, nearly tripped. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get to, but I think we've got someone right behind us. Let's have a tiny quick detour in here and have a look at this wall, which is beautiful. And more of this stone carving. Again, another unscheduled stop. Everything's beautiful in here. I'm looking at this wall and then we'll have a look. Okay, I'm not going to linger. We didn't plan stops at temples today. We've seen so many temples, but just have a look at the stone carving on the exterior of this. And then this is I don't know what the name for these things are. I keep calling them urns, but it's where the incense is placed, right at the front of every temple. But look how ornate this one is. Yeah, we're not going in there. I mean, it's tempting. We've got to take our shoes off, and we're going to miss. Oh, but that one is interesting. Look at that. Okay. They are indeed, Michelle. Sometimes the unscheduled stops give the biggest surprises and delights. Okay. All right. Just a very fleeting look at this temple, which, given we've been in Malaysia for 2 months already, it feels a little like we're getting temple fatigue, which is terrible, isn't it? Because this is just so beautiful. Look up underneath here. Okay, time to move on. Time to move. Let's go. Back to resuming the trail. I think we have about 5 more. I don't know if we're going to cover those off in 15 minutes, but they are quite close together. Yeah, Rich is saying there. It's a neat little cluster. And in the meantime, we get to admire some of these lovely old buildings that have been converted into restaurants and bars. Some of them are commercial establishments. Here we are. This is some kind of an association, so it's almost like a club, I guess. And then over on this wall over here, this is cool. Okay, so it's a bit weird. So we've got his face there, but his mouth is over here. Interesting. It's very cool. Can I get that all in one shot? Almost. How interesting. Okay. Again, trying to navigate our way between cars, plant pots. I mean, most of this footpath here is, it is a bit strange, isn't it, Lynn? It's a bit odd, but it's kind of cool as well. And it says, at first, every old Baptist church you see is quaint and sweet. Yeah, and then you kind of get, it was like that for us travelling through Europe. We started to get church and cathedral fatigue and old ruins, castles. So a change of country at this point in time is I think it's going to come as a bit of a welcome change of pace for us too. For those who don't know, in about 2 weeks we leave Malaysia and we head to Vietnam. Good morning. Good morning. So very shortly we'll be back at the point where we deviated from our original path. Get to California. I would love to, Annette. If we can make it happen, I will. My fear is that it's outside our budget. But we definitely haven't planned our return route as yet. Okay. So we're just going to get away from the sun, just pointing in our face, and go up through here. You can stay with your brother and I'll feed you. Possibilities. Now that his daughter's left home, there might be a spare bed. Who knows? All right. And we all know that Annette does great clam chowder, so it's something to consider. Richard's nodding. I think he's considering it. All right, so we're back to the kicking ama, the one leg kicks all here. So we're back at the point where we deviated from our original path. How are we going for time? Great to see a clock. Time passed on my screen, which you don't get on Facebook Live. 35 minutes we've been going. Okay. And it says clam chowder and barbecue at the same time. I think she's expecting you to cook the barbecue, Richard. All right, so we have this colourful piece here. Not sure what it's referring to, but it looks like we have a young boy and an old man drinking, maybe. I can't think of anything else. And then over here on this side, this is a reference to the width. Oh, the fire you had the other day, yeah, of course. The width of the laneway. So, whereas all the other ones that we've walked along have been quite wide, this one is very narrow. And the sculpture, Richard's still trying to find it on the map.
It's narrowest 5 foot way.
Narrowest 5 foot way. So you can see here that we have people going about their daily routine. This fellow's carrying a basket of washing on his head, I think. There's a woman just walking along daintily with a handkerchief. There's a boy running. And sadly, there are 2 extra bits. And the only reason we know that is because we've seen the photo of... We've got them in our room, which is... No, we don't. Shh. There's 2 bits that are missing, and the only reason we know that is because we've seen a photo of what it used to look like. Yeah, it's that one there. It's hard to see. We've got our map here. I don't know if you'll see it, but that one there. So there's 2 more pieces. And they're no longer there. So I don't know if they've been stolen. But that's narrowest 5 foot lane. So the initiative was instigated. Look, there's that's a little bit different to your normal angel wings, isn't it? It came about. Let me read from here. Here we go. Let me read from here. In an initiative to physically brand the Georgetown UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Penang State Government opened an international pitch for Marking Georgetown, an idea competition for a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2009. The winning idea culminated in a unique series of steel rod caricatures which retells the history of the streets and stories of its communities in a local voice. Yeah, Rich is just pointing out the roof line up here. And there's that's just a pigeon, isn't it? These are old ruins of buildings. We asked one of our Grab drivers why it seems that, we'll get to him in a moment, why it seems that so many buildings are in ruins, obviously beautiful buildings, and he seemed to think it had something to do with family inheritance and arguments over estates and just the hassle of going through probate and all that sort of thing. So this is the Boatman mural. I love it. I think it's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful, really enigmatic. And I can't get back far enough to see the whole thing. We'll try it from this side. Because of course I've got a drain right behind me that I don't want to step in. That's really difficult, but it's beautiful. And here's one of these trishaw bikes. Isn't he gorgeous? Let's see if I can, let's do a little pan. So straight on, I've got one of those electrical control box things behind me that I'm leaning against. So he's standing at the front of a boat. There we go. I think that's a great capture of his face. All right. This is a little bit of a busy street, but we have some beautiful doorways. And I think, yeah, it is, isn't it, Len? I think someone like Ronnie in Chicago would absolutely love these doorways with the beautiful tiles on either side. And another building that needs a little bit of love. You can imagine what they would look like. This is a substantial house. You can imagine what it would look like if it had, you know, a coat of paint. It just looks amazing. We're trying to encourage, oh, pussycats. Hello, pussycats. Trying to encourage Ronnie to come on board with us on the calendar. We've made contact. We just need to pin him down and get him up and running, which would be great because he does amazing tours of really interesting. Who'd have thought that just doors would be enough to keep you occupied, but he manages to do it and make it really interesting. All right, so just wait for this motorbike to go. Over here, so this one is
Called Decker.
it's called Becker, and a Becker apparently is he's either the driver or he's the machine, the vehicle. I'm not sure which, but it's about the overbearing and heavy. Should I sell my Jimmy Choos and come over and restore a building? 2 pairs might cover it. Yeah, definitely in there. So this is about the sort of demanding and overbearing tourists going, next, here, go here. Yeah, Michelle, we just need to give him a little bit of a poke and encouragement and try and win him over. But he's with us. He just needs to. He just needs to go through the onboarding process. So locally known as Becker, most of the Trishaw paddlers also doubled as tourist guides. And here we have our demanding overseas tourists demanding to be taken here, there and everywhere. All right, so we have the actual Trishaw here. Thanks, Michelle. That's great. Thanks for doing that. Across the road, we've got a tiger. We go that way, don't we? Yeah. This one looks a bit faded. And difficult to see with the wires in the way. Beautiful art gallery in here. Surprising that it's open at this time of day when nothing else is. Look, there's a beautiful wall painting of horses in through there. Wow, that's gorgeous. And yeah, art gallery, and I think it's a coffee shop as well. Across the road. Yeah. Across the road, more of these beautiful doorways. And up above, the shuttered windows. We're not sure if this is a hotel or what it is actually, but the doors all look very similar, but they have slight variations from one another. Yeah, let's get 7 Terraces, this is called. Got a car coming. Beautiful doors. And I'm going to get back a little bit just to get one with the shuttered windows in as well, if I can. All right, this is interesting. I think someone has done a tag and then someone else has added their comments to it, as in, is this art? Loading? Like, is it unfinished? Anyway, maybe it's a protest vote. This one's called Mahjong. Who plays Mahjong? I'm not sure what all the little pieces represent. It's very simple, very majestic in quite a simplified way. Yeah. Hey, at this hour, still playing Mahjong. The game of sparrows. Sparrows, is that what they are on the tiles? Gregory says, I hope no artists were electrocuted in the process of putting their art up onto the street walls. Or do I? Jewish Mahjong. All right, so that's your Mahjong. And then around this corner over here, another one of these street shrines. I wonder if these are the same fellows I took a photo of that are in the in my banner that I used, my thumbnail for the YouTube tour. This is the Temple of the Goddess of Mercy on the left here, which is a significant Penang temple, but I don't know if it's open. Just let this car go. This looks like possibly a regular meeting spot. Good morning. Oh no, thank you. Thank you for your offer. All right, so what's this one called? It's something to do with what they're trading, I think. We've got joss sticks, candles. Temple Day, okay.
Where are you from? Sydney, Australia.
Oh,
So,
where are you from, sir?
Australia.
Australia,
Australia.
yeah,
What? Sydney.
Sydney.
yeah. Opera House.
Dome City.
All right, thank you. Have a.
He is the governor of Penang.
You got a good job. Let's get out of this way. Comedians. Where did you see that, Gregory? Lorong Mudri. Yeah, that is the street name. Yes, Lorong Muda. Let's go back. That's it there. Lorong Muda is the street name.
Ma'am, you have taken a photograph of this.
I have. Thank you.
You know who did this?
No, tell me.
There's a history behind this.
Yes.
This art was done by a prisoner.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was sentenced to death because of drug trafficking.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
His last wish, Malaysian government, they will ask you before they hang you,
Ah, yes, yes.
what is your last wish?
Your dying wish. Yes.
He said, I want to drop my art, and was extended for another 6 months. Wherever you see this kind of art in Malaysia,
Yeah.
in Penang,
Yes.
it's done by him.
Wow. He's very talented.
Yes.
They're beautiful. I love them. I love them a lot. Thank you so
But it's
much
no
for that.
longer.
I understand. Drug laws are very, very, yes. Thank you. Can I say hello? Thank you. Wow, that was interesting, wasn't it? So it was a death row prisoner who created the artwork. All right, and I think we have one more, is that right? I forget. 2. 3. Rich is making hand signals. Ah, yes, I remember the last one now. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. I mean, that's an extension. Okay, where to now? Oh, almost missed it. Okay, this one's called The Wrong Tree. And it's going to be another one of those ones that's difficult to read because of the shadows. But it's something to do with the making of the alcohol from coconut juice, I think. It says, also called toddy or palm wine. Tuak, Tuak, is an alcoholic beverage made from underdeveloped flower of coconut palm. Okay, so that's getting the coconuts down before they've ripened to make the tuak. Here we go, a breakfast spot. Okay, I'm up to 50 minutes. I did start a few minutes early, so we're gonna make it under an hour for this.
Can go down this way now.
Which one?
This one.
To get to the next one? Okay. Such a fun way to get a local history lesson about this city. It is, isn't it, Gregory? I love it so much. And it says, good alcohol hack if you're ever stranded on a desert island. All right, we're going down this little laneway to find the last one. And then I think it's breakfast time. So it's starting to warm up. I'm starting to glow. You know, ladies don't sweat, they glow. We all know that, don't we? There's that bird that Tina was hearing on my tour yesterday and thought it was one of her cats. All right, so here's the last one. What's this one called again? Traditional songkok maker. Songkok. Oh, it says it right there. And it looks like he has a sewing machine. So I don't know. We glow. Yes, we do, Michelle. We glow. So there's no more information on this one than that. But that's a sewing machine, isn't it? I'm not sure. I think it's sewing. It looks like a sewing machine to me. But I don't know what songkok is, so I don't know what he's making. Oh, wait on, maybe it's the hat. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, so thank you, Tish. I just figured it out at the same time.
It says, do I look fat in this?
Richard reckons that says, do I look fat in this? Making the hats. Yes. Excellent. We all worked it out. It's a team effort, guys. We've got some cleaning happening around the corner with high pressure hoses. That's what all the noise is. So we might head that way. Yeah, we're gonna go left. Move away from the noise. All right, everyone. So that was the really, really fun. In total, there's more than 50 of those street wall sculptures, and I just love them. We've seen several more in different places, but we chose this spot because it was in a nice little compact area where we could see a whole bunch of them all together at once. I loved it. I hope you guys loved it too. And as always, let me just turn the camera around. Oops. As always, yeah, you can see I'm glowing there. I just got a low battery warning, so that was good timing too. If you got some great postcards, I'd love to see them. Please share them. And again, thank you to all my generous supporters. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn just said thank you both. And Trish says, very fun. Thanks so much. Okay. So what are we doing today? We're not doing anything today, are we?
Eating.
Eating. We're eating today.
We're going to sit down.
Tomorrow I've got a replay of the Thai Buddha, Thai sleeping Buddha temple. And then 2 days after that I've got a replay of the Burmese Buddha temple. So they are both amazing, amazing places. I encourage you to get along to those if you can. And I'm working on the videos for the glass skywalk and the top of Penang Hill. So I'll bring those to you and schedule them as soon as I can. Michelle says, very interesting. I knew nothing about Malaysia before your visit there. We're learning together, Michelle, and I'm delighted to be able to share it with you. All right, everyone, I'm gonna finish off because of my battery and because I've gone way over time. It's almost an hour. Thanks very much. One last look at the street before I go. Thanks, Tish. Okay. Bye, guys.